Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm your master cosmologist, the head cheerleader to the stars, here with an energy bite for the collective. I was called to pull a card from one of the decks ahead of time. I saw it while I was in the shower, had to go locate it, so we'll work with that card first. It's from the Roast Iconic Oracle deck. I also have the Wooden Tarot and the Earthbound Oracle. The card that I was instructed by myself to go get was the Fashion Witch, and I will touch on her shortly, why she's here, but let's cover a couple points before we go there. Right now, this week, the collective is working with the energy of resolve. This is needing to resolve issues with the fortitude of a new inner resolution, a new resolve within. We also are employing our resolve with the sun in Taurus, giving our resolve a job, employment, occupation. And this resolve is going to be needed to surmount old issues, old haunts over and over and over, because we are walking through the earth in Scorpio right now. This is Coolio, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So these things are going to come up like little whack-a-mole figures, like moles, and you have to whack-a-mole them. You have to keep on trudging through what's hard, what's been difficult, the places that you fear the most, the places that you've come to fear the most. That's a song by Dashboard Confessionals? That's an old one. Anyway, over and over and over again, you have to resolve to go through the obstacle, blast through the fear, keep going even if it's hard, where historically you would have collapsed and quit. We have to resolve not some of our issues, all of them, some, the total. So not just some. What else? We have Mercury that came to 9 degrees of Aries overnight. This is a mastery degree of Aries. This is a mind of one's own. This is minding one's own business too, with that blend of the sun and Taurus. It's a mind that kind of has blinders on, or earmuffs on, I should say, probably both, and isn't concerned with what anyone else is creating, isn't worried about what the world stage is up to, or getting spooked or scared or off track because of the things that are falling apart on the world stage. You're going to be encountering micro trials. You're going to have to go through tryouts and auditions as you... It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. You have to figure out how all of your facets work together for your own business. We're stepping into the age of the Phoenix, from the age of planning. This means that you have to be able to get outcomes and results because you apply your own internal pressure, not relying or requiring threat, force, pressure of external bosses or expectations or control. It all has to be self-derived. So we are really, right now, with all this energy in Aries, we are becoming fully autonomous. We're becoming self-accountable and self-controlled. We're talking about volition here. We're talking about doing things on our own volition, not for some threat or reward, just for our heart and just because we love to do so and it feels like the right thing to do internally. So volition would be the power and act of using one's own will to make conscious choices and to take deliberate actions. Basically, it's being fully awake. You're not sleepwalking any longer. You're not asleep at the wheel. And previously, you might not have even been in your own movie. You might not have been the main character, and you were most certainly puppeted around in this story. That is ending right now because we are needing to be fully aware, fully self-conscious, fully conscious and awake and alive. We had a really cool meetup, an 888 meetup overnight as well towards the end of the day yesterday with Mercury, Mars, and Saturn at 8 degrees of Aries. Talk about agency and executive decision making by sharp thinking. It's really cool. It's kind of like we just had this powwow of these planets to say, and we're making quick executive decisions from here on out. Got it? Got it. Good. So there's no more kind of pussyfooting or stalling energy permitted. You know, Saturn's really stern about it. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like, make a decision, piss or get off the pot. Only through quick, lightning fast, really confident decisions are we going to see the kind of changes in our life that we need to make, that we know we need to make. Mercury is at 9 degrees of Aries as I'm recording, as is Mars. OMG. This is the quintessential mastery degree of Aries. This is fully active mind, meaning it's not drugged anymore. You're not being roofied anymore. You're not asleep at the wheel. You're not moon blinked. It's a very powerhouse action hero energy with Mars there. And it feels like it's a meeting of the mind and the action. I heard Talk the Talk by CUT, Cut. I walk the walk and talk the talk. You know, it's like putting your money where your mouth is with the sun in Taurus. There's no ability any longer to say one thing and do another, or kind of excuse yourself out, making excuses and procrastinating and kicking the can down the road. None of those things are going to fly any longer. Venus today is at Algol, 26 degrees of Taurus. This is Red Bull gives you wings. I always call it Red Bull gives you wings. But what it is Venus is facing down her old addictions, her old vices, and her personal demons fiercely. She's also onboarding her daemon, which is fierce in and of itself. It's super uber cool. I'd call this beast mode if I could label it. The beast, release the beast, the system. Anyone who fears that is afraid of Gangster's paradise, essentially. Gangster's paradise, Coolio. Gosh, these gangster songs keep playing in my head. Baby, I'm a gangster too. That's Venus right now. Who sings that version? Baby, I'm a gangster too. I forget. It's on tap today, though, with Venus there at Algol. So she's getting over all of her old fear addictions, addiction to fear, and also the way that that fear trapped her and made her a bad guy in her own story, made her her own villain. Trying to think if anything else wants to come out with Venus there. I don't think so. Maybe with the fashion witch card, something else will come out. But this Aries stellium energy is soldiers. S-O-U-L, soldiers on the front line. Reinforcements have arrived. There's a very specific ground crew that is powered up and at the ready, willing to fight. We have the moon about to enter Cancer, which is juicy fruit. I'm going to call this juicy fruit, where if you have felt dry, lifeless, flaccid, limp, just not very with low vitality. We'll call it low vitality. There's this nice rehydration coming in, I think, over the next 2.5 days as the moon as the moon goes through Cancer, as it makes that transit. This is probably going to be especially amplified as the moon passes Jupiter at 17 degrees of Cancer. 17 degrees of Cancer is the ability to make decisions based on our heart and soul in tandem. They are in sync, and we are really onboarding that right now. That's where a lot of our resolve is coming from, because we just left the Earth in Libra. That was 11/11, nice. Meaning that we can't be incongruent anymore. We cannot be out of alignment with ourselves. We can't say one thing and do another. It's the same energy there. It's really important that we align with our North Node, our true North, our North Star. The South Node is where all that trauma kind of sits, and that has to act like a fire under your ass to keep getting you to rise and reach for your North Star. Because the South Node feels like it grabs like crabs with its feeler feelings. And it's going to keep telling you it's too scary, it's too hard, especially with the Earth in Scorpio. So anyway, the last thing I will say before I bring her up is that not every sign is a sign to bail. We've done that little mental gymnastics for a long time now. You are astute and perceptive enough to realize that's at 12:25. Interesting. To know when some of these signs are actually tests. It's not a sign to quit. It's not a sign to bail. It's not a sign to tuck tail. It's actually daring you to move through that fear, those historical old haunts. So with the fashion witch that wanted to come on, it was bringing up swag. And also you can see that she's got this leopard skin cover shawl thing going on here. I'll put her a little bit closer. She is us all walking through the Earth in Scorpio. She's walking through that spooky territory, but she's unafraid anymore. She's not afraid any longer. Because she has shed the old skin. In the year of the snake, we were working through identification of the old skin and what was too tight and too small. And then seeing we had to, with Jupiter in Cancer, take off that old crab shell and scuttle across the ocean floor. All tender and naked and raw and, just in the open. Had to scuttle over to our bigger crab shell and climb aboard. And now we're having to essentially fill it. We have to become our bigger, greater self, the capacity of ourself, our full capabilities with resolve. The very first action I've said with the year of the fire horse is the shedding of the skin. Congratulations. I feel like you've shed it and the new skin is curing. And you're going to wear it out and about in public, and it's going to scare other people. Walk with swagger. She's got total swagger energy. She is a gangstar. And she knows that paradise only happens when gangstars are on duty patrolling. Meaning that There's eyes in the field not letting people get away with murder, essentially, or decimation of the planet, or all these other crimes against humanity and nature. If you're not scaring someone or daring someone, you're caring way too much about other people's opinions, and you're not pushing your own limits at this point. So the encouragement is to wear this new skin proudly, take up space, activate your own personal beast mode, and talk the talk, walk the talk. You know, if you have said it and you're not doing it, then you're a liar. We're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. But that has to stop. So let's get an oracle card from Earthbound. Oh, I'm hearing no to go with a tarot card. So let's go there. I have the 7 of Plumes and the Page of Blooms. That's funny. It rhymes. 7 of Plumes, 7 of Swords, and the Page of Blooms. So I call the 7 of Swords the shady motherfucker card. I like that he is a raven in this deck because let's get Raven. Let's get Raven. Timmy Trumpet. We are having to be the rays of light now, and we cannot be in coward mode. We can't be shady motherfuckers. This is duplicity. This is duplicitous behavior. This is saying one thing and doing another. This is lying to yourself. This is how we weasel out and get out of things. This is also playing possum, or, you know, it's like trickery. It's trickery. It's these tricks that we keep doing to trip ourselves up and to sideline. So that behavior is getting nixed. It's being called out. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? So when you begin to do that and you know that you're lying to yourself and that you're being incongruent, if you have a conscience, that should feel really icky and really bad at this point. The Page of Blooms, I'm going to point you to a video that I did way back, like a year ago, about Neptune entering Aries the first time before it went retrograde back into Pisces. The video was essentially about you're going to become a nymph, and then you're going to go through a metamorphosis, and you're going to become a mutant, basically. So what this is telling me right here with this Page of Blooms is that you're in this little nymphy stage, and it's all going to feel awkward and strange and foreign, and you just have to start getting accustomed to it. It's just going to be the new norm, and it won't help you to live in a bubble, to exist in a bubble. Like, that had its time and place, but we're not there anymore. I feel like this little guy has actually emerged from this little egg or this little bubble, and he's ready to grow, and he's ready to apply Miracle Grow, Sun in Taurus. That would be super Miracle Grow. Let's get some more cards. Ooh, they're coming out in twos today. So this one is the Queen of Blooms and the 5 of Stones. I'm going to grab the 5 of Stones first because this is uber obvious. This is, we have a Sun in Taurus. We have so much Aries energy. These are our horned creatures, our horned zodiac signs. Talk to the horns. Talk to the horns. Venus at Algol is basically not afraid to show her horns any longer. She doesn't need to retract them or hide them or pretend like they don't exist. Talk to the horns. It's not to assault anyone or to hurt anyone. It's basically like you just don't want to mess with that. Just don't. Just don't. That's the energy I'm getting with the 5 of Stones. It's just don't. It will not. It's like, it's the 5 of Pentacles, right? Like, it's, how do I want to explain this? It's gonna leave you in a poor place. Like, that would be a poor choice for you to mess with the horns. someone else to mess with your horns. The Queen of Blooms is the Queen of Cups. Okay. It's taking me back here. Your emergence, and you're going to mutate, and you're going to mutate, and you're going to mutate, and you're going to change, and you're going to change. This is kind of shape-shifting and adaptive energy that I'm getting here. If you can't change, if you want to remain the same and just do things as usual, well, guess what? You're going to get left behind by evolution. Evolution's going to say sayonara to you. Thanks for playing, and you're not coming. So this octopus is really like being adaptable and changing and manipulating reality, you know, just not being afraid to touch and feel and play and experiment. It's very tactile. It's very hands-on. I heard many hands make light work. And yeah, so if you go and watch that Neptune video, it's pretty trippy. It's kind of spooky in a way. It's not for anyone who's not willing to change, but this to me is just giving off kind of like life stages that you're going to go through, a metamorphosis cycle. Where are we going? Okay, now we're going to go with our final card, which is the Earthbound Oracle. Oh, the bottom card here, I heard it and saw it at the same time. Let your heart be your guide. This is North Node alignment. It is called Guide. It has a crystal on it. And let's get another card on that, actually. It's definitely the North Node that we were talking about earlier. There's something about dowsing or the lay of the crystals in the land. What it's giving me, what it's telling me is you absolutely have to trust your innate GPS, your body, your compass, because it's going to pull you and guide you where you need to go. If your head is telling you what to do instead of your body, you're going to end up in incorrect situations. The next card that I pulled was abundance. It's telling me that your true abundance, your true success, your riches, all are discovered and found, located by following your inner compass, your heart, your body, because the earth is guiding you. The earth's crystals, the earth's energy field, it's going to pull you along. Meaning, if you had a plan, stick with it unless you get another signal to do something else. And then don't be afraid to divert and follow your inner compass. All right. I think that's all I've got for you today. That was a longer one, but super informative. I will see you all on another video. Bye.